Good morning and happy Thursday, everybody. Today is Thursday and I'm finally going live this week. I planned on doing this a couple of days ago, but thanks to a stomach virus that I got, that a few of my kids had, and a ton of other stuff this week, I am finally getting to it this morning. Good morning, Renee. Glad to see you on here today. Today, I want to talk with you about asking for help. And this is something that has been really hard for me to do because I was a firm believer in the if you want something done right, do it yourself mode. I also believe that if I was going to make this business successful, that I needed to do all the things all by myself. And I've recently come to the conclusion that that is not how it needs to be. And that has boosted my business. And I want to share those tips with you today and how you can get there as well. So in case you don't know me, my name is Rachel and I help moms with their business. I have a law degree and a CPA and an MBA, and I love doing taxes and accounting and legal work. And I also love working on business strategy and helping moms do the things that they need to do to move their business forward, because I don't want you wasting time on the things that are not helping you grow your biz. Because if you're in this group, you have the goal of building your business and I want to help you get there. Today, I want to talk about asking for help in my 5-step process for helping you be more productive, on letting go of some of the things that you just don't need to be doing in your business. And this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart because it's something that I've been slowly getting myself into, is letting go some of those tasks in my business that I really do not enjoy doing and that I'm not very good at, to be honest with you. I always had this ethic, this work ethic, that working hard, and I'd get so excited when I'd lay in bed at the end of the night and think about all the things that I got done today, whether it was cleaning the house or working on things in my business. Maybe I got my blog post up, I got the pins done and did all these things, and I just feel such a sense of pride. But I realized that there were so many of those things that I really didn't enjoy doing, and that some of those things I wasn't really very good at anyway. So why was I continuing to do them if it wasn't not something that was in my zone of genius? And you probably have heard that phrase many times, like, it's not in my zone of genius. And there are a ton of things that are not my zone of genius. So just an off business example, making pie is not my zone of genius, but my daughters have a bake sale for gymnastics today, and I'm going to go work at it, partly because it's a little social time for me and partly because I want to help the Booster Club out. But I needed to bring a baked good. And they said, make a pie, a cake, whatever. But if you were going to make like a individual baked good, they wanted you to put it in pretty packaging with ribbons. And that's so not my thing. And making pie, honestly, is not my thing either. So I kind of did it middle of the road. I bought the pie crust to be baked. I bought the pie filling and I threw it together and I made a pie this morning. Not my zone of genius. It doesn't look beautiful or perfect, but it is done. My old self would have felt like I needed to go buy all these pie ingredients and cut up apples and put all this stuff together and cook all this stuff. And it would have taken me more time than I had this week. And so I kind of found the best of both worlds. And I've just learned recently, when I look at the things in my business, that I wasn't doing some of the things that I needed to be doing because I didn't enjoy them. So for example, I was not doing a lot of these live videos. And I talked about this a little bit last week when I talked about time management. I wasn't doing a lot of these live videos because when I get done with them, I want them uploaded to YouTube. I want to create a blog post and I want to make graphics and posts and all this other stuff. And it was not stuff that I really enjoyed doing. And so I recently have hired somebody to do all of that part for me so that I can do the part that I love, which is doing this video with you guys, which is interacting in my Facebook group, which is, creating content and all that type of thing. And so I can coach my clients. I would always tell my business coach for the longest time, I don't get to do as much of the stuff I want to do because I have to spend so much time doing the stuff I do not enjoy. Again, creating blog posts, doing all the graphics and all those kinds of things. I wasn't doing the stuff that I enjoy doing, which is the coaching, which is actually helping the moms. Because honestly, me putting the blog post together isn't the part that helps the moms. It's creating the content that goes into the blog post. And that's the part I like and the part that I enjoy. And I want to do more of that. And so I'm outsourcing the stuff that's not in my wheelhouse. Now, the person that's now doing my blog post and putting all that stuff together, that is her jam. She loves doing that. She gets joy. She feels lit up by doing it, where I do not have that lit up feeling when I do that stuff. And so I'm outsourcing that. I've also realized that my Pinterest account needed some love that I was not able to give it, and that I have also recently outsourced and having somebody else that's taking care of all the parts. I was doing a half-assed job at best on that Pinterest account. So now I've got somebody that actually is working with the SEO and the keywords and doing all of those things so that that is actually done well instead of halfway. If you want any recommendations on any of that type of thing, you can certainly shoot me a personal message and I will let you know who I've got working on those projects for me, because I'm loving the work that they're doing and it's totally boosting my business forward instead of me feeling like I'm doing all the stuff I don't enjoy doing and none of it's getting done very well and I'm doing it inconsistently and it's not working out. So if you feel like the things in your business aren't happening the way that you want them to, if you feel like you're doing things that you don't want to do, or you feel like you're just inconsistent with your posting and with your live videos and with your pinning and all that stuff, it might be time to outsource it and have somebody else do those things for you. So I want to share with you my 5 steps that are going to help you be more productive in the stuff that you love doing and the stuff that's actually going to make you money. So here is my 5-step process. I'm going to resituate myself here since I'm sitting Indian style. The first thing is you need to make an inventory of all the things that you do in your business. And you're going to know that last week I talked about making that inventory too for about 3 days of the things that you do all day long in order to figure out where you are losing time and where you're wasting your time. This week, I want you to just look at the things for your business that you need to do for your business. List it all out: creating graphics, live videos, creating blog posts, coaching your clients, if you're creating a course, all the things that you need to do for your course, all of the things that you need to do for your business. Whether you're doing them now or not, whether you enjoy them or not, I want you to take a look at what the things are that actually have to be done in your business. Okay, then step 2 is I want you to divide it into 2 lists. Which are those things that really are things that are business or that are income producing? Because there's a lot of things that we do that are not income producing. So for me, that was like creating graphics. That was actually taking my content and putting it in the blog post. That was doing things on Pinterest. That's not really the income producing stuff. The income producing stuff for me is interacting with my clients in our private Facebook group, is interacting with my clients on our coaching calls on the phone. Those are the things that are actually when I'm actually doing a tax return, actually looking over a contract for a client, or doing the bookkeeping for somebody. Those are the things that are actually income producing. Then step 3 is I want you to take a look at that list of stuff, both sides of it, and go, what are the things that I actually need to be doing for my business? What are the things that are like personal for me? So for me, like doing these live videos, this itself, I'm not making money per hour of doing these live videos, but this is something that is just me. If I had somebody else on here doing these live videos, you'd be like, okay, who is this? And why is she pretending she's Rachel and giving us this information? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So what is the stuff that's personal to you? Again, that is the coaching that I do with clients. That's special to me. Nobody else can replicate that. That is doing these live videos. That is deciding what content I'm going to use. I'm creating the content. I'm having somebody take my video and turn it in, taking my words and turning it into a blog post or an email. And then I'm tweaking it and then I'm sending it out. And so it's still my stuff. So that still needs to come from me. Doing, again, the accounting, the bookkeeping. If you're creating a course, the videos that you put in your course, those have to be you. If you are creating fitness videos, those videos need to be you. If you're creating meal plans, those need to come from you. So step 3 is about figuring out, like, what do you need to do, and making that other list of all the things that you can actually give to somebody else. So 2 sides to that list as well. What kind of things do you need to be doing that come from you, that are only going to work if they come from you, versus the things that you can actually outsource? Step 4 is going to be taking a look at that list of things that you can outsource and actually checking into what the cost is or how it works to have that outsourced. So maybe for you, you hate doing the bookkeeping. Absolutely hate it. Not your zone of genius, something you don't want to do. What would it actually cost to outsource that and have somebody else do that for you? It may not be as expensive as you think. It may be an investment that you're ready to make, or maybe it is something that maybe it costs a little bit, but that time that you spend on it, maybe you spend 15 hours on it, but you can pay somebody else to do it in 2 hours because they're more proficient at it. And you can then outsource it to somebody else and use that time on other income producing things. So that's going to take you back up to your list of income producing things that you're going to be able to do, because now you're not doing that stuff that's outside of your zone of genius, that takes you too long, that you don't enjoy doing, you don't want to be doing, and that you dread. Because this whole business thing that you're doing at home on the side is about doing things that make you feel good and that you enjoy doing. So if you hate doing the bookkeeping, send that out to somebody else that is going to do a better job and a quicker job at it. Okay. And then step 5 is just let that go. Give it to somebody else and have you do it. Start with one thing. It is so freeing to know that somebody else is taking a look at my Pinterest account and I'm not having to do anything with it. And then I'm looking at the pins and I'm checking it out and watching it grow. And it's not something that I'm actually having to go into and schedule and go in and doing the things. It's all my content. It's all my stuff. I'm approving the pins, but somebody else is actually managing it and making sure that the things that need to get done with it are actually getting done. This is all about getting rid of the things that are outside of your zone of genius. Maybe it's cleaning your house. Maybe you hate doing that. Maybe it takes you too long. Maybe you don't have time. Maybe you'd have better spend that time doing other things in your business than actually cleaning your house. Why not pay somebody else to do it? And even if you're feeling like it's totally outside of your budget, you're not going to be able to do it, you're not going to be able to afford it, take the time to look into it and find out, because maybe it's something that is in your budget, or maybe it's something that you can set money aside for every month and start doing it in a few months when you actually have the funds to do it. Okay, so let me just reiterate those steps. The first thing is to make an inventory of everything that you do for your business, or everything that you feel like you need to do. And those are going to be different for everybody. I can't make an exhaustive list for you. I've given you some of the ideas of some of the things that I do for my business, but you pick the ones that you have to do for yours. Your second one is to divide it into 2 categories: the income producing things versus the things that are just kind of busy work, or things that are kind of fun for you to do, or things that you feel like you have to do that may not necessarily be pinpointing income. Also keeping in mind those things that are in your zone of genius. Okay. The things that are outside of your zone of genius are not things that are making you money. I promise you. Step number 3 is, what things do you need to do because you want to put your own personal touch on it versus the things that you can outsource to somebody else. Again, 2 columns: personal touch versus outsourcing. Step number 4 is check into the cost, how you make it work, how it does it. I interviewed people when I looked for my VA and for my Pinterest expert, because I wanted to make sure I gelled with them. I wanted to see how the process even worked. Was it something that was even going to work with my system? And then how much is it going to cost? Maybe you can swing it even when you feel like it's totally not possible for you. And step number 5 is just let it go. So I'm going to get done with this video today, and I'm going to send it off to my VA, who's doing amazing things for my blog post, and she's going to take it from there. I'm going to work with her on making sure that I like the images, that I like the copy, and all that stuff. And then I'm going to be able to create a lot of excellent content, where before these videos were just staying in our group and they weren't always getting out to the masses, and they weren't being things that were being shared with everybody. And I want them to be shared because these are helpful things. So those are my 5 tips. Remembering your ultimate goal is to do things inside your zone of genius that you enjoy, that you love doing, and that are making you money. All that other stuff that you hate doing, that you're not even sure if you're doing it right, that is causing you stress, that is taking too much of your time, let them go. That is the big tip for today. So let it go if it's not working for you, if it's not making you money, and it's not causing you joy. So I hope that was helpful for you. Make sure you tag anybody else in this group that would find this information useful. You can also add people to the group at any time if you think that they would find the information in this group useful as well, because I am setting a goal of growing this group. I have a really exciting contest coming up for growing this group. And I also want to let you know that if there's anything that you want help with when it comes to this outsourcing stuff, that I would love to get on a call with you, and we can chat about what that might look like for you to work with me on outsourcing some of those things. When I hired my first business coach, that was the first thing I did on getting help, and she shifted me in ways I couldn't even imagine. I don't even know where my business would be if I wouldn't have hired her to get me moving in the direction of producing income versus spinning my wheels and doing all this stuff that I shouldn't be wasting time on. So shoot me a message. I'm going to put the link to sign up for my coaching down in the to sign up for a consultation about my coaching, not for signing up for coaching, but a consultation for my coaching. We get on the phone for 30 minutes and we can maybe like throw some ideas around on how it might look for you to get coached. If you're looking at outsourcing some of your accounting or that kind of thing, we could talk about that as well. So shoot me a message, or I'm going to put that link down in the comments, and let's chat about what that might look like for you, because you will free up your time, you will free up your energy, and you will move your business in a direction of income producing instead of wheel spinning. So have a great rest of your day, everybody. Bye-bye.